What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil. And this is another Resident Evil collection update. This video will go back to the items I got starting in April of this year onward. I have a couple items here, so let's get right into it. So first up, I actually got this at Chiller Theater, which is a horror convention in New Jersey. And sometimes they have, you know, VHS tapes. The vendors have tapes and stuff like that. And believe it or not, I didn't have this one. And I think I got this for like $2. And it is Resident Evil Apocalypse on VHS. Yes, this is the last VHS era Resident Evil before they went to DVD for extinction. By 2007, they weren't putting Resident Evil on tape. But this is the Apocalypse tape. So yeah, another piece in the collection here. But this is nice because it's a clean tape. There's no stickers on this. There's no video store wear or anything like that. So nice little addition to the collection. I don't think I've ever actually watched the tape of Apocalypse. I've only ever owned the DVD or the Blu-ray. So, you know, just another cool little vintage thing to have, and it's part of the collection. So that is Resident Evil Apocalypse. That's the only Resident Evil related thing I ended up getting at that convention. So next up here is pretty much everything that I got in the UK that has to do with Resident Evil. So a lot of the stuff that I like to do when, you know, I go out and travel or see other places, I always like to hit up the video game stores or video stores or whatever I can find that is, you know, up my alley, record stores, stuff like that. And the first thing that I got here was a batch of Resident Evil games that I got when I was in the UK. So that's step one, is to try to get these games while you can, while you're in the UK, to avoid the UK shipping costs when you're buying it here in the States, because we all know that that can be a drag. So what I have here is a bunch of Resident Evil stuff that I got. I pretty much went to a CEX that's still around in the UK. We no longer have anything like that over here. You know, we have FYE in the States, but, you know, it's not really amplified as much as it used to be. So there's a couple game stores and stuff over here as well, but of course this sells, you know, movies and games. So the first thing that I got is Resident Evil Revelations on the Xbox 360. And this is, of course, with the Peggy 16 logo on this. So again, not much different from the United States as you get along with the older, or the latest, I should say, Resident Evil titles that are in the last, you know, X amount of gens. They don't really change that much, you know. They don't, like this didn't even have a manual. You know, the disc is different because it has the logos on it, but there's not much of a difference in, you know, obviously, you know, you have the hand on the front, you don't have Jill on the front, so that's the one little difference. So little things like this are the reason why I'm going to collect PAL, all the stuff from Japan. You know, all the different ports are still on my list. So, of course, that is something that I'm happy I found. And to continue on with that is Resident Evil Revelations on the PS3. This is exactly the same exact cover. These were relatively cheap. I think I really walked out there spending not much at all, considering, you know, I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. It wasn't, you know, overblown on eBay or, you know, like any other seller that you would actually find. So, yeah, so Revelations, I scored a PS3 and a 360 copy. And then I ended up finding some more PS3 stuff. And this is Resident Evil 5 for the PS3. And this actually doesn't have Chris or Sheva on the front like it does over here in the States. It just has the 5. I like ours a little bit better. It's a little bit more, I don't know, it's less plain, I guess. This is just more like Resident Evil 5. You know, this was used for like the wallpapers and stuff. It's got the Kajuju writing on it. It does have a little bit of a different back, says Figure You Can't Forget. And obviously this here. So what I thought was interesting about this, so I popped this open, and obviously it has the manual. This is when we still had, you know, manuals coming out. But it also has this thing right here, Resident Evil, right? And it looked like it was part of a little magazine or something, because it says £5 off Resident Evil when you purchase at any electronic boutique store. Pre-order your copy of Resident Evil for the PlayStation at Electronic Boutique and receive a free exclusive limited edition t-shirt. I don't know why this was in the case. I don't know if this person just like left it in there. One thing they also put in here too is a trophy list and a guide, which I think is always cool. This was printed on December 20th of 2010 in the UK, and it has like a list of all the trophies here. Very cool. I wonder, you know, what kind of made this person who collected this put these two together. But this is a real cool piece of memorabilia. Part of, I guess, either a manual or because it looks like it's like a card, like a mail-in thing. You see on the back here. So yeah, I don't know. Very cool. And of course, with the actual disc, I'm going to show you here. That's the disc. So it does look a little bit different, but yeah. So interesting to find that stuff. I remember when I opened it, I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "This has nothing to do with Resident Evil 5," you know. And they kept it. Like, I guess when they traded this in, I guess they saw this in the store, and they didn't like remove the content in it or throw it out. They just kept it all in there. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 on the PS3, and that is the PAL. All right, up next we have Resident Evil 6, another PAL edition for the collection. Not much to say here. This cover is actually the same. They started to use the exact same cover even over here in the States, and the back here has the No Hope Left with Chris and Leon aiming the gun at each other, which lasted about a couple seconds in the actual story. Not much came from it, but this is, yeah, it's Resident Evil 6. Nothing crazy. That's the disc in here with the manual. All these are complete, too, which is really cool. So, obviously, I checked before picking them up because I would have just kind of... I probably still would have done it anyway, but, you know, I like to find these complete. Obviously, with this, it's like, oh, it's complete. It's a fucking piece of paper with one sheet in it. But, you know, I like to have all the inserts to make it complete for a collector. And the last thing I actually got from that store, the last Resident Evil item, everything Resident Evil they had, I bought, or at least what I saw in the store. They didn't have anything like retro, like PS1 or anything like that, unfortunately, or GameCube. I saw some PS2 stuff, but nothing Resident Evil related. So the last thing I got was on the PS4. It is Resident Evil, the Origins Collection, and yeah, the cover art is a little bit different than over here in the States. It just shows the front of the mansion and the train here. And of course, you open it up. That's my receipt in there. There's literally just a slip in here with just some text, and that's the disc right there. So there you go. So I do need you know, the Resident Evil fill for the PAL stuff. So I think this is my fix for that. I didn't really, you know, go to any other stores or anything like that. I didn't get a chance to check any of that other stuff out, but maybe next time I'll try to do another haul video when I'm doing it in the UK. So last but certainly not least, this gift was given to me by Pablo Kuntz, who is the original voice actor of Albert Wesker from the first and the original Resident Evil, released in 1996. And this was from our day that we went out to lunch. We had a great conversation. We walked around London a little bit, checked out Borough Market. It was just a very great day, very great start of the trip. I talk a little bit more about it in my podcast, where I talked about the UK meetup and my UK experience that me and Callie had there. Was just incredible. It was amazing, and wouldn't have wanted to spend it with, you know, any other way or with any other people over there. But this is a very special item. This is the official notebook that Pablo and his son Lexano both put out. But this notebook is signed by none other than Pablo Kuntz. OG Albert Wesker, stay alert. And on the back here, now this is artwork by Emma Evans, and it was created in April of this year. So shout out to Emma Evans for this amazing artwork. But get this, look at the back here. This is just killer. He had these on the store. I think this is one of the last ones that he actually gave to me here, which was really cool. It says, aim for the head. Nah, I'll go for the nuts. Which was a great moment in the Resident Evil 1 playthrough that they both did. and now Lexonal is doing Resident Evil 2. So go subscribe, youtube.com/Lexonal. That's how you spell it there, if you could see that. I'll put the links down below too. And then, of course, youtube.com/Pablo Kuntz, just spelled like his name. And this is great. It's in here, he wrote me a little message. It says, Anthony, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent. And it's signed. Special little message there, which is just amazing. And this is 90 out of 98. So if you can see that number there, 90 out of 98. So this is just it's a blank notebook basically, but it's you can put notes in here. I can use this for any kind of dice lock or something like that, if I want to use this notebook. But I might keep this notebook in nice shape. I might put little plans in here for what I want to do for the channel. Keep it Resident Evil related in here. But this is a great, well-made notebook. And it's a special item. It's a very unique item that's very limited and rare. And, it was just awesome to be able to chat with him in person, actually meet him. And, because it was great to have him on the show. It was a great interview. And, I really want to thank you, my friend, for that gift. That was just a great surprise. A great surprise. So thank you for that. And the last thing I actually had him sign, which was, obviously I couldn't do anything on the front because it was just like, it's an odd color. So in the manual for Resident Evil, the original, I got him to sign where Wesker is, right there. OG Albert Wesker, Pablo Kuntz, which is awesome. So I wanted to bring, I brought this, put it in a folder, made sure it didn't get bent. So that goes in my long box right over here. So that is awesome. So yeah, so got a signature on there. It was great to hang out with Pablo, and it was an awesome experience just visiting the UK, going into another country that, was just really welcoming. And again, it was just a great experience overall. So thank you guys so much for watching this Resident Evil collection update. Most of these items were from the haul in the UK that I got, and amongst a couple other things. But thank you guys for watching this collection update. Hopefully I'll have another one up and coming. I was waiting for my Tyrant numbskull statue that I paid for, and it's literally just sitting in limbo in the GameStop shipping notification thing. I reached out to customer service. They said they're going to ship when they get more in. I bought it, pre-ordered it immediately when they went up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, follow me on all the socials. Check out the LTRE merch. Use my Nexus link if you're going to purchase any PC games. And thank you so much for the support, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. A big shout out to everyone that supports the channel on Patreon and YouTube memberships. YouTube members grants you access to vote on content with custom badges and emojis. Now Patreon gives you voting on content and even more. You can gain access to uncut recording sessions, exclusive Patreon shows, and live hangouts. Tiers start at just $1. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I will catch you next time.